And we all have to thank the masks for it.
Yay!
That 1998 film starring Jim Carrey. That mask. I thank that mask. The virus today, fuck off. Oh my lord. But yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to Talk Piece. It's just, oh my god, it's episode 5. Only 95 more episodes until I get the creator of One Piece himself, Walt Disney, onto the show. It's gonna be fantastic, lots of laughs to be had. But on today's episode, we're talking nothing but scabbers today. That's right, all 9 of them, including the traitor. Who is it? If you haven't caught up, well, get off the stream. I don't want you here. You should read the story for yourself. I don't want to spoil the traitor. But I do have a real life traitor here today. Walk-ins, recurring guest again. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm about to beat Banjo-Kazooie, and I'm just so elated to be here to talk about the Scabbards and the wonderful things that they do.
Man, that filled me with optimism.
Good.
And another recurring guest is the always wonderful Mr. Preps. How are you doing today, man?
What's going on, Trev? Yeah, I'm great, thanks. I'm excited to be here. A bit more excited than walk-ins, clearly. But the scabbards are always a big topic, and I think it's going to be a fun conversation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. So I guess I should just bring out our first guest, and I think it's fairly obvious that that this person might just end up saving Wano because we've had a lot of time with him. He's kind of being maybe a focus of the Wano arc. So without further ado, let me bring on the savior of Wano,
Raizo.
Oh, oops, nope, wrong character. I just had to get that little dig in there. Let me get the right character. There we go.
Hey, look at Kinemon.
I shout we can.
The hardest thing was it was hard finding a really good quality image of Kinemon and the other Scabbards. It was actually fairly difficult.
I was actually going to commend you for getting a Pirate Warriors 4 picture of Kinemon.
Yes, he looks good. Looks really good there.
Yep.
Looks very poppin'. First impressions and all. And I guess we should start off with first impressions. How did this guy go for you when you saw his ass on Punk Hazard? How did you think of him from that moment on?
Well, I guess I'll go first because I think I think Punk Hazard was a weird one because we got a lot of comedy from Kinemon, particularly with the whole law situation where half his body was on one side of the island and the other half was somewhere else, and I think that was a lot of comedy, and I didn't know how serious to take him until we got to that bit where is it that slime monster that appeared and he literally showed his Foxfire style and cut it in half, and you could see Zoro in absolute awe because it was it was a move in which Zoro had no clue how he could cut fire, and I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought, oh wow, this guy could be actually seriously strong. So yeah, I think my first impressions of him was a bit of comedy, but I thought this guy was really, really, really strong, and I thought he had potential of being an enemy for Zoro and actually someone who taught him something. So yeah, I'm a fan of Kin.
Is he your favorite Scabbard by chance, or is that someone else?
I will say, is he my favorite Scabbard? Yeah, I think he is. I actually think he is. Yeah, I would say yes.
Yes. Walk-ins, how about you? First impressions of good old Kinney?
Kind of the same. I mean, he kind of seemed like a gag character that was going to... I mean, because when we first introduced him, he's looking for his quote-unquote son, and they just want to ride over to Wano after they pick up, their friend from Just Rosa and their friend from Zoe. They just need a ride back to Wano and all that. And then I guess we'll talk about it later, just his role with everything. Zoe basically changed Zoe changed Kinemon for me because he went from a father to something a lot more. But yeah, he was all right. I mean, kind of like with Prems, it was nice seeing how strong he was. Showing off his Foxfire attacks and style and all that. He became like a third. So how like I guess Oda kind of likes his trios a lot, like how Toriyama likes his duos of introducing people or having people in groups, because we have the monster trio and the coward trio, and Kinemon on the ship for a while he was part of the pervy trio with Sanji and Brook. So that was kind of cool. um he was cool. He became a lot greater, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. See your favorite? Oh wait, no, you have another favorite, I think, right?
Yeah, I have somebody else that I actually like a lot more. But
Kanjuro.
Kinemon's like a strong second because I see a lot of like future potential in him later on.
True. My history with him is a little different. Where saw him in podcast, I thought, okay, you seem cool, and then I went to like this slump with him. I was like, okay, you gotta do something for me, man. Please do something. And then it's not until Zao do we get something. Whole Cake Island, he's just absent from. And then I was like, oh, okay. Let's. I'll just wait to Wano. Then we'll see what happens. But then Wano comes along, and then we get to see how important this man really was and his history, especially with Odin and all his other friends. And it was just like, oh, so you start off from here, and this is where you ended up. He is definitely the most developed Scabbard. And even though I like the design of Kawamatsu the best, just small, simple, perfect, I love it. Just for my taste. But Kinemon's probably my favorite Scabbard too, the whole bunch. And unfortunately, we do need to address something that I completely forgot to ask here. So this video is going to be released after 997 came out, the chapter. And I don't think it's going to be spoilers for anyone because the official will come out like by tomorrow, but this video will be out like midweek. So the Scabbards might have been defeated because if you guys remember from the end of the last chapter, Kaido's just kind of standing on the roof. So they might have been obliterated. Do you guys think they've been actually like knocked out, dead, or just breathing hard out of the fight? What do you guys think? Anyone can talk from here.
I think at best they're like knocked out. I don't think anyone's dead yet. But my predictions for deaths will come later. I don't think Kinemon's gonna die. I think he's gonna move on to something else. But yeah, I think they're just kind of knocked out, like exasperated and all that.
God, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. I really hope that's the case. Prems, what about you? Do you think anyone died off screen, or if they're just knocked out for now?
Well, I'm hoping no one died off screen. But no, I'm probably with Walkins where I don't think anyone's actually died off screen. I think they're all kind of like just knocked out, and I wouldn't say one shot by Kaido, but I feel like he's just knocked them all out, and he got a little bit serious, and none of them could hack it. I think there's probably a few of them still conscious, and probably like Luffy gets up there and sees them literally all on the ground, and whether someone dies or not, I'll probably talk about that later. But I think it's gonna be they'll probably die in desperation, if that makes sense. But as of right now, no one's dead. It's just that none of them are challengers for Kaido once he gets a little bit serious, and that's what happened. And now Kaido's basically doing what as he pleases.
Yeah, that's my line of thought is that, and I think we went over this when we talked about it, Prim. So when last time you were here was, I want the Scabbards to basically be wiped out. Like I want to see Kinemon desperately trying to get another blow on Kaido, but then Kaido's like, "All right, I'm going to start with you. You're the most tenacious one." He starts targeting him, but all the other Scabbards one by one jump in, say, "No, Kinemon, you have to live," and then they get wiped out. And all that's left is Kinemon. And that's my dream scenario. I really want that to happen. I'm a monster, I know, for thinking that. I want to see people die. No, I think it would be really good for the story. Watkins, what do you think about that? Or agree, disagree? Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? Alexander Hamilton.
Nice one, nice one. God, I kind of, I don't know if I want to talk about deaths right now, but I guess out of the Scabbards, there's two that I think have the biggest chance of dying. The first one I'll talk about is very quick. Ashura Doji. I think he might end up dying just because he's been there at Wano for the past 20 years. He has experienced firsthand everything that's going on. So him dying, I could see as being like this kind of send off of, yeah, I did my part. It's your turn now. Kind of like that thing. The other one I see dying, which is the top of my list, is Denjiro. And the way I see Denjiro dying is by protecting the others. So, because he's in the same boat as Ashura Doji, where he's been there for 20 years. He's witnessed everything. He's taken part in some things. And worst of all, he has taken orders and worked with Orochi.
Yeah, his best friend.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. For me, Denjiro, like, sacrificing himself for the others is a fitting end for him. But those are the two I see that are on the top of my list of chopping blocks. Plus, I mean, we didn't really get too much with Ashura Doji. And if I'm being honest, he's probably my second least favorite Scabbard.
I can't wait to reach the least favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. The least favorite will be obvious.
Yeah, I can't believe you're hating on Rizzo like that. Jesus.
Exactly, man.
Look, it's his stupid face. Nah, just kidding. I like Rizzo. So yeah, that for deaths, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Gotcha. That's fair to say. And also, pretty good timing because anyone else have any final words for Kinemon before we move on to the next one? I think it's just clear that he's our favorite because he has the most development and all that.
And yeah, so just on that topic, I'm probably with Walkins with the two that I think could die as well. So I think it is Ashura and probably Denjiro, simply because I feel like all of the others have almost suffered a little bit more, with like Neku and Inu both losing limbs, and Kawamatsu's been in jail. I mean, originally he was looking after was it Hiyori, and then went to jail, and then you had like, so I feel like the two that were kind of like still in Wano was obviously Ashura, but he was looking after himself. He had his own. He was kind of like almost a villain in Wano, but still living. And then you had Denjiro, who absolutely was basically living a lie. And I wouldn't say he was actually struggling, maybe struggling internally, but he didn't have anyone after him or anything. He was still like living a decent life, if that makes sense. So I think the others went through a bit more struggle. The only issue I have with those two dying is that whether us as readers are emotionally attached to them and whether it actually holds any significant value to us, because I think most people thought Kinemon would die simply because we're most attached to him rather than any of the other Scabbards, because we spent so much time with him. But yeah, that's my 2 pence of thoughts.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it's very fitted because literally the next person I have on here, good old Denjiro. Woo!
Hey,
Dead
look at him
walking.
go.
But I guess I'll start with my history. So it took me the longest time to kind of like his disguise as Kiyoshiro, because apparently people called it's like Kiyoshiro is Denjiro, and this was before the anime spoiled it for everyone, for all the non-manga readers. And I was like, so who's this Kiyoshiro guy? And then when we see his identity reveal, it's like, so that's you. And I agree with Premps. It's like, he's been living the easy life. He's struggling, but, nothing really challenging to him. He is kind of like a dead man walking in that regard. To be brutally honest, though, he's actually where Ashura Doji's like a lot of people's least favorite Scabbard, especially with you walk-ins. I think he's my second least favorite because I don't really like him that much. I know treason, but yeah, I just don't have much of an attachment to this guy. So, who wants to defend his honor in the ring?
I guess I'll start. So, I'm actually a fan of him. I appreciate everything that he's done in regards to being undercover for 20 years. He I don't know how he did it, but he rose up the ranks very, very quickly. Clearly Orochi had a lot of faith in him. And from the glimpses that we've kind of seen from him, he's shown himself to be quite strong actually, and quite useful. He was able to kind of like, I think he had his little clash with Zoro, didn't he? Um, and Zoro's no pushover, but he did make it seem quite easy whilst he was with him. And I think a lot of people tend to think he could be the strongest Scabbard, and that there is potential there. I do see some legs to that. So um, I think we do have to rate him quite highly. I don't know how you feel about him, but I do rate him. I think he's played his part particularly for 20 years being undercover. I mean, I go to work and I feel like I'm undercover for eight hours before I come home and watch One Piece, right? So for 20 years to be undercover is quite tough, and I think he's done well. So yeah, I'm a fan.
My name is Mr. Prince. For the last 38 years, I've been undercover as a secret anime fan of One Piece. But today, I will soon reveal myself to the masses.
No, honestly, I think you have to rate it.
Right.
True. I guess for me, it was just like this isn't like anything objective. This is purely subjective in terms of the guy. I think it's just like I wasn't too attached to him because I do appreciate what he did, but I think it's like that he spent 20 years undercover, but I didn't really get to connect to the real Denjiro that a lot of people do. It's just like a me thing. I don't know why. I just can't get into the guy, but every man's trash is another man's gold. Extreme metaphor, I know, but it's a fitting analogy. I pissed off walk-ins, I know, by saying that Denjiro isn't a favorite of mine. So be ready to get the gun out.
Oh no, I'm getting the Zangetsu out for this.
I can block in you off hours. Fuck you.
So Denjiro. So for me, Denjiro's actually tied for second for me. What really brings him up is his story after what happened with Odin, because he basically isolates himself from the rest of the world, and he's so just angry and pissed off that it physically changes him to the point where he's unrecognizable when he goes into the flower capital. And then to not only have that happen, but to go for the next 20 some odd years to become a Yakuza boss, to use the daughter of your lord, to use her as basically the top prostitute in the country, to do all of that, and then to get in good graces with your mortal enemy just to get, revenge in the future for your lord and all that. Like, to me, that is such a great story to follow. And it's going to end in tragedy, just like what I just said. He's, a dead man walking. But his story with all of that really spoke to me on that kind of personal level, to the point where he's tied with Kinemon at number 2, mainly because we've been with Kinemon longer and we know a little bit more about Kinemon. But just that simple, and that's one thing about the Scabbards that we have. We have these, like, people say, oh, we haven't spent enough time with these people. That's fine to say that, but like, their stories are simple enough to where you can understand where they're coming from, and you can see their not their resolve. What is it? Their conviction. You can see their motivation. That's where I'm going. You can see their motivations into why they're going after Kaido and Orochi. Yeah, it's just simple stories. Like, people want this long, elegant story with everything. Well, here's the thing: you can be short and elegant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack had a simple backstory, and I didn't hear anyone else complaining.
Exactly. So That's just my 2 cents, and also my little soapbox I want to get on with the Scabbards.
Yeah, but I think just on that, I think as One Piece fans, we're kind of spoiled because Oda does give us backstories, and it's the in-depth
Yeah.
backstory that mean the most to us. I feel like we almost want a backstory to every character we get because every character is so unique, and so I when we do know their motivations, but it's kind of like, well, over those 20 years, was Kawamatsu just in jail, or like you want a bit more? And I
Mhm.
think Denjiro is one of those ones where we do have a little bit as to what has happened with him, but some fans just want some more.
Yeah, and that's understandable, especially when we got the Odin flashback. Like that's the one thing I will say I didn't like about the flashback is I wish we got a little bit more with the Scabbards with Odin. Yeah, we've been getting like sprinklings here and there, like when they were all going up against Kaido and doing his attack and all that. Like we got that little sprinkling here and there, but maybe just a little bit more in the flashback would have helped, I think, some people. But yeah.
Yeah, true. So objectively, Denjiro's a 2 out of 10. All right, good to know. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
we're not
kidding.
doing that. We're not doing that.
Wow.
No. I could get my shot in. But yeah, I can see your viewpoints. It's just, subjectively, I never got into the character, but I know why people got into him.
Mhm.
So nothing against him, just a me thing. I'm wrong a lot, apparently. Look at the comments. Alrighty then. Who's next? Load. Oh, all right. We got this guy coming up here. Ta-da! Everyone's favorite. Woo!
Oh yes, it's Ashra Doji.
Yay.
Hey, he spent 20 years doing
He did.
things.
He basically became a thief again when Odin died.
Yep.
And he cut Jack down.
Yeah, I like his design. Like, aside from Kawamatsu, he is like my other favorite design because somehow he makes like he I don't know how to describe it. Fucking flamboyant sumo wrestler. I don't know. Just works.
Yeah, and this he's a fat samurai, which is great.
Yeah. I was honestly expecting Oda to pull out the joke of if you try to stab him, your sword just bounces out of his fat. Like
that'd be funny.
I thought that was coming.
Yep.
Dude, Kaido tries to hit Ashura Doji with like a Thunder Bagua, and he just absorbs the blow like Majin Buu and just like poofs out like, ha-ha!
Yeah.
Kaido flies off into the ocean. He's like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have crossed his path. What if that's chapter 1000?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
All right, well, if I get a plane ticket to Japan, we'll see about that.
Oh, God.
Listen, Oda, I know you're trying to do a thing, but hear me out here.
Hear me out. I think something will be really cool.
It's going to be really dumb, but it's going to be good.
Can you
what were you going to say,
Big Mom stab him? Can you have Big Mom stab him and her sword kind of just like pokes back out?
Dude, Ashura Doji just swallows Big Mom.
Oh, God.
They do a fusion. It's the ultimate being.
We're getting into One Punch Man Pig God territory here.
Good. That's allowed. But yeah, he did things for 20 years, and then he was he's kind of like that. He acted like an ex-lover in a way when you first see him. It's like, oh God, you again? I don't want to deal with you. You took too long to get back to me. And then just one fateful day, he's like, you know what? Fuck that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna be with you again, baby. And that's it. Oh, he fought a dog too. That's really not helping his case in that context. He fought a dog with a sword, but that's what we got.
I mean, no. All right. Let me pay him some dues, right? Because I don't want to trash him.
Right.
So what I'd say is, before we were introduced to him, I know Kinemon was like, we need to get Ashura Doji. And we had all of these Scabbards sort of hyped up, and Kinemon was like, yeah, we need to get everyone together. And when we were first introduced to him, I was thinking, first and foremost, I was looking at this guy and I was like, who is this fat guy that is going to be potentially strong? I didn't expect much from him, but then was it his fight with Jack? And I was like, oh, this guy is actually kicking it with Jack. Like, he's at least third commander level. So I was like, okay, this guy's really, really strong. And I was thinking, all right, maybe we're onto something, because he didn't necessarily look like he was struggling. He looked like he was like hanging in there with Jack, and he was cutting Jack. And I thought, yeah, you know what? He's actually a decent character, but I don't think at any point I've come to care about him. Even when he was like, oh, I'm not going to join you guys, you've taken too long to come. I was like, okay, whatever. He's gonna come. He's gonna join you in the end, anyways. So I've just not been emotionally invested in him. He just feels like he was a thief. He joined Odin. Everything happened. He was waiting. He felt like they took too long. He's gone back to his thievish ways, and he was just a bit sour that they took forever to come back. But I mean, Odin kind of told him it was going to be 20 years in the future. So I don't know why he was so angry. He just clearly didn't have the resolve to kind of like wait. Unlike previously Denjiro did, he knew it was coming. He's been waiting. So yeah, and I think that's all I've really got to say in regards to him. I just don't. I'm not emotionally attached to him.
And I think some of that impatience came from when he told Kinemon what happened 10 years prior. Because that was like that halfway point, and where he lost like all those people that went to go raid Onigashima then. I think that was his breaking point with like, I can't wait any longer. I think that was probably the point where he became a thief again, because he lost so many people that he was so attached to and that he probably grew up with. But yeah, like I find even with that though, it's just like I didn't care much about Ashura Doji. Like reading the manga, he sliced Jack up with no difficulty. The anime, they kind of had more of a scuffle. But that's mainly just to pad out an episode. But I cared more about Ashura Doji in the Odin flashback, because he was hyped up a little bit more as this rogue bandit with these people that basically ran Curry. And then Odin comes along, beats him down, and he joins them to kind of make his life a little better. So that was actually my favorite part of Ashura Doji. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about him and his story that I'm just like, he's cool fat samurai. But it's mainly like comparing him with the others who have like a more in-depth story and cooler designs, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just him compared with the others. He's kind of lower on the totem pole. That's why he's my second least favorite Scabbard.
and you know what? On something you said there, right? In regards to Odin's flashback and seeing them in Curry, I feel like he was hyped up there, where I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was meant to be the strongest in Curry.
I think so, yeah.
And if he's the strongest in Curry, it was kind of like, well, basically Odin's got to go to Curry and be able to defeat the worst of the worst, who was meant to be pretty much Ashura Doji. And it was kind of like, all right, now that he's joined Odin, should he, and he's a good person, he should be super strong. He should be not that far from Odin in regards to strength. And I don't think, even though he's kind of had like 20 years to continue growing his strength, I don't believe he's that much stronger than Kinemon now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm kind of like, and I know One Piece is not just about power and who's strong, but I like to see a bit more development. And I would like to believe that he was waiting to the day that this would occur, and he was trying to get stronger, knowing that they weren't strong enough back then. And I don't believe he actually has. And another thing you mentioned Walkins, was his breaking point about 10 years prior to that, where they went back and he lost all of his friends. And to me, that just goes back into his resolve a bit more, where he couldn't wait another 10 years. And I mean, he didn't have everyone there. I don't know. He clearly, Kinemon wasn't there. Clearly, not everyone was involved in that battle. And did he honestly go into that fight believing he was going to win, or did he just waste his friends' lives as well? Like he gathered people. Would it not have made more sense to keep those numbers until the present? And
Well, see,
yeah, I just don't think he made the best decisions.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing about the thing that happened 10 years ago. He didn't tell them to go. They just went on their own. He was trying to stop them from going. So, but yeah, that does speak to his resolve, because it's just like, well, then after that, he pretty much just gave up on waiting for them to come. And it's just like, how can you say that you're here for the Kazuki clan, you're here for your lord, and then like halfway through it, you pretty much give up.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like the side-by-side comparison of just like Denjiro would look at a calendar every day and it's like, all right, only 1,084 days to go. And then you look at Ashura Doji, looks over his calendars, and rolls over.
And that's the other thing. When we first see him, he's just kind of lounging on the back of a bull. And it's just like, you're supposed to be a strong samurai? Okay.
Honestly, when that was first shown, I legit thought, all right, if Oda was going to do something crazy, he was going to make the bull the samurai, and the human is just his servant.
Oh, that would have been funny.
I honestly thought that was it at first, because I think it was the position of the title bubble too. And then as soon as someone called him by name, I was like, oh, okay, fine, jeez, we can have this guy.
Yeah.
By the way, Prince, before you mentioned it, I completely forgot that Ashura fought Jack. That was a complete lapse in memory on my part, and yet I Googled his name 20 minutes before we started this. God.
Wow.
No, I think that was one of the more entertaining parts in the beginning of Wano.
Yeah, it was. Especially in the manga, because like he just gets up from his bowl, and I think it's the next page, it's
He's
just
like cutting Jack up.
yeah, like Jack's cut up, and it's just like, oh shit. Holy shit, these are the samurai of Wano. All right, let's get in there.
But yeah, that's well, I can't believe we talked more about Ashura than I think we talked about fucking Denjiro. And that's why, kids, Denjiro has been improved from a 3 out of 10. All right, good, very good. Now, moving on to the next character. I can feel the bloodlust coming from both of you. Good thing I live in a secret location.
Sure. Secret for now.
You know where I live, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I have a very good security system. Her name is Inka, the black cat, and she's very precious, except for strangers.
Exactly.
Now, let's see. Who is next? That's right. Get up here. All right. So, introducing the now recently appointed Edward Elric. Please, someone get the joke.
Yeah, I get it.
I got it. The one arm. Yeah, we got it.
I spent all morning thinking about that.
I bet you did.
Racking your brain around it.
Yeah. I was walking around the town of Gettysburg, like, God, how am I going to introduce Kiku? Edward Elric, yeah, and that's it. And that's how these videos are made, everyone. But yeah, Kiku. I think she's pretty cool, Aizo's the brother. Nice touch there. In terms of Kiku, it's just like, well, the thing that gets to me is like, at least Kiku's dedicated, Like, at least, Kiku had the resolve that Ashura didn't. She was patiently waiting for everything. And well, to be fair, she is the one that killed Kanjuro off screen, but she did technically get the win, and her samurai armor is pretty fucking cool. No one will deny me that. So she's not strong as a character, but the few things we did get are at least cool. That's literally all I have to say about Kiku.
You ready for a hot take?
Go for it.
Do it.
Kiku's my favorite scabbard.
Oh,
Dun dun dun. No,
Quick, where's the ban button?
You gotta kick him out.
I mean, I
No.
could. I've done it before on streams.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I honestly, it's one, the design. I really like Kiku's design, whether Kiku's in her armor or not, or just the mask.
If you
I-
say boobs, I swear to God.
No. Trust me, boobs have nothing to do with this because of obvious reasons. Yeah, I like Kiku's design for one. For two, I like Kiku's character. And also the fact that, Oda's doing some trans rights. That's actually kind of cool. Neat, awesome, great, fantastic. Yeah, I like Kiku as a character because Kiku helps out a lot more than we think Kiku does. Because she's there in Okabore Town helping out Kinemon's wife. She is helping Chopper with bringing Olin to Udon. She's also there, cutting down some samurai and all that. I don't know. I don't know really what for me puts Kiku more above Kinemon and Denjiro. It's probably more of the resolve because especially after losing her arm, she immediately just had it cauterized and was just like, yeah, no, I'm back up. I'm ready to go. Let's keep going. Like that's some resolve right there. And then obviously, cutting down Kanjuro and as great as that scene could have been, it takes a lot of strength to do that to somebody who was your comrade for 20 plus years.
Yeah, and the fact that I think what also sold Kiku for me a little was the subtle notion that Kiku is a master of arm and hockey, where she could fucking stab through Kaido's hand.
Yeah.
That was like oh shit, you're pretty strong after all. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I ever doubted you.
Plus, Kiku's going to be in Pirate Warriors 4, so there's that too.
Yeah. Dude, the character I'll probably never play because I have Smoothie.
No.
You can't stop me, Prem. Smoothie forever.
I hate Smoothie so much, but we're not getting into that because today we're not talking about Smoothie nor the Big Mom Pirates.
We're
We're
talking
talking
about
about the
somebody
Scabbards. But bleep Smoothie because yeah, she's trash. But,
Yes.
Kiku, my opinion and my thoughts. Funnily enough, she's actually my second favorite Scabbard. And
Excellent.
it's quite similar to Walken's where one, I actually think she's quite strong, even though spoiler alert, yep, she's lost her arm. But one, she has been helping out, and I think she's been helping out for some time. We saw it, and even when she was with Zoro, and Zoro was like, "I'm not going to protect you," he could sense straight away that she was strong. How strong she was, I'm not sure, but strong enough that Zoro was like, you can take all of these guys out. Like, I'm not worried about you. I'm not here to protect you. With losing her arm, it's literally like, all right, yeah, Kinemon's like put fire on it. She's like, I'm ready to go again. And honestly, I do think she's been quite impressive. She's done what she's had to do, and for me, I'm happy with her. I had no expectations, and because I had no expectations, she's kind of exceeded that. So yeah, I'm happy with her. I've got no qualms with her. So yeah, shout out Kiko.
Yeah, and that's interesting you say that because about the expectations thing. Because I mean, honestly, that's probably the best way to read Wano right now. And I think that's also what's ruining Wano too, because people are having such high expectations for things and people and characters and all that. But kind of like I think that's a good way of putting it for Kiku though. Like, you don't have these such high expectations for her, and that's what makes her so good because she's exceeding whatever expectations you could have had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to raise again is in the most recent chapter where where Zoro sees her arm, and that kind of like flips the switch for him, where he's like, oh shit, like there's there's people that are losing their arm. I'm not playing around anymore. And he kind of he takes out a poo quickly and turns his attention to Queen, saying it's not a game. And for me, it brings it full circle, because it kind of tells me that Zoro's kind of built a connection with Kiku through the short period of time that they were together. And now he's noticed her arms on the ground. He's like, oh shit, like people that I actually care about are sacrificing everything, and I'm here trying to get this antidote, playing Queen's game. He's like, I've actually got to take this serious, and I need to go support her. He's probably worrying about her right now. And I think some people talk about when Zoro gets soft and he gets in his emotions, but to me that it's a bit of a character building. And even though we might not have got the full extent of it, it tells us that they actually built that connection. So I think that even like increases her character and makes me like her that little bit more.
Yeah, and especially with Zoro, like in this latest chapter, like kind of like what you said, like it basically gave Zoro that resolve that he needed. Like, yeah, he had it going in and all that stuff, but like after seeing her arm come down, he's just like, okay, yeah, no, this is dumb. I'm not playing this anymore. I'm not here to play games. We're here to destroy Kaido, and I'm done with this. Like, because a lot of people were just like, oh wait, why did Zoro get not to turn this into a Zoro conversation, but well, why did Zoro finally start getting serious with Apu? Well, that's the thing. Like, seeing Kiku's arm falling down, just like what you said, he had that connection with her, and because of that, his resolve was just like, okay, yeah, no, fuck this, we're done. We're done with this. We're not going to elongate this anymore. We have chapter 1000 to get to. I'm done with this shit. So, and yeah, just like what you're saying, that definitely boosts up Kiku's character in a way just by having that connection with Zoro.
No, exactly, and I think we're pretty much in agreement with that.
Yeah, and honestly,
and what about you
guys
Trevor?
you guys actually kind of convinced me, because with Kiku, I think that was the thing that held me back. Is like I didn't really have any expectations. I mean, she did stuff, but then you guys explained your son, like, huh, you know what? I respect that, you know? So yeah, Kiku just went up the subjective scale just a little bit. Round of applause for you two. You guys changed my mind a little.
Good. Now we just gotta make you realize how great of a character Odin is, and we'll be set.
Watkins.
Odin is a goat. Like, there's no denying that at all.
He is a goat, Trevor.
Yeah, he is. He's a goat, so he can get on all fours and eat grass like the piece of crap he is.
Oh no! We're not gonna do is disrespect Odin.
We do not disrespect the man.
I was about to say, I was gonna tell Preps, like, yeah, that's just the running joke, you know. Walkins takes snipes at my favorite character, I take snipes at his, but I just wanted to go all out and just see your reaction.
Odin is Yonko level. Like, you do realize that he is Yonko level.
He's a great character. I just love pissing off Watkins more.
Trevor, there's a reason we put him at our number 2 character of One Piece.
Last time I checked, I put him in D tier when I had the chance.
That was because you are a butthole.
We put Roger at number 1, you piece of shit.
Exactly.
Oh my god. You know what? We're quarreling a lot, and honestly, that makes me feisty, like a cat. And guess what, everyone? That terrible segue leads us right to these two motherfuckers.
Nekomamushi no
I want to extend a very personal thank you to Tekken 101, because there are no good fucking pictures of these two on the road. It was only them together. God damn it, Google. Why can't you ever have good results for once? So yeah. You get cat dog. I love them. Like, I think these two together are my favorite Scabbards. I love how Neku is pretty much like, he acts like a cat, so you know he's very carefree, very casual, but you know he still has the conviction of, you know, a fucking Scabbard. And then Inu, exactly, and then Inu is just basically like he has that man's best friend attitude. He's always looking out for people, always, defends people. We've had a lot of time with these two characters. So aside from Kinemon, these two are probably my favorites. I just love everything they're about. Plus, there's a fucking Gatling gun. What else do I need?
A Catling gun, if you will.
I'll
see myself out.
No, you don't. You have to defend. You have to explain your points first before you go anywhere.
I think so. For me, I'm probably with you. I don't think anyone can hate these guys. Nekomamushi, Inuarashi. I think they're amazing characters. Oda's done a fantastic job with them. I think the only downside for me being a bit upset was the whole Jack coming to Zoe and them losing limbs. I guess it does show their resolve and of not selling out a friend, but what it's telling me is that at base form they couldn't take out Jack. And I know that there was a lot of poison and they were gassed and stuff like that, but I just did expect a little bit more, given the fact that they would basically one-shot him in Sulong form. But in general, I think they're brilliant characters. A lot of people I know love Nekomamushi a bit more than Inuarashi, but I think together they're amazing. I think they're both great. The Let's All Go See Nekomamushi, that song, I love it. I always sing along with it. And in general, yeah, I can't fault them at all. And if anyone had them as their favorite, I would not knock them whatsoever, because they're great for me.
Yeah, it's just they're great characters. Like I got pissed off seeing them lose too because, well, they're animals. I don't want to see animals hurt. And I think it's like they're like the Zoro and Sanji of the Scabbards, where they always quarrel with each other, but in that rare instance where they work together, that's like, oh fuck, it's epic hype. God damn, I love these two. They didn't really do anything wrong. It's like all they've been through is hell, but my God, did they go through it well? That was a good rhyme scheme. Walk-ins.
No, yeah, honestly. And let me just interject and add a little bit there. So, I was having a conversation with some friends about them, and they mentioned something about telling Sulong, and Sulong can only occur once the moon's out, and we know in Zoe that they were doing the night shift and the day shift, and Inuarashi was doing the day shift. So my friend mentioned to me, he goes, "There's no way Inuarashi had turned Sulong in like 20 years." Because how was he going to turn Sulong if the moon's not out?
Oh, true. Damn. I didn't think about that.
Well, shit.
I think that's like a gap in the story. Like, but anyway, I digress. Go ahead, Walkins.
So, I may have lied earlier, and these two are actually my number two. So they're tied for number two, right behind Kiku, and right above Denjiro and Kinemon. Yeah, these two, they're pretty cool. Like, I think with the thing with Jack on Zoe, that was more to hype up Jack than anything, I guess. Because we're seeing these two badass animal leaders fighting this mammoth. Great, awesome. They fought him for a week at a stalemate by tag teaming and switching out. So that shows something mainly for Jack. But then the Sulong transformation, I mean, that's just kind of like Kaioken from Dragon Ball, where it's this short burst of energy and power. So they were able to no-diff Jack off screen, which was cool, whatever. Yeah, but just them as a character, like, I mean, you can't not talk about Neko and Inu without talking about the Raizo is safe moment. Like,
yeah,
I'm not sure how the anime did it, because I wasn't really watching the anime at the time, but the manga, the way they did it was just, I remember my reaction to this day, just reading the chapter, reading the page, and then like it was right where Kinemon and Kanjuro meet up with them, and that there was some sort of hatred, there's some sort of like negative energy going on here, and seeing all the minks right there, seeing that there are samurai on this island, and then immediately the next page is Raizo is safe, and you're just like, wait, what? The big twist was that they had given their lives, they had given their limbs, they had given it all just to keep
save this one
Raizo
man.
safe. Yes.
Yeah.
This whole time you're in your head, you're thinking, wow, Raizo actually isn't on Zoe. He's not on Zoe. So they are like actually like I fell for it. Like I'm sure they're
I fell.
Everyone fell for it.
yeah, everyone was just like, there's no way he's on here unless he's like hiding and they just don't know about it. No, then you just turn that page. It's just bam, Raizo is safe. God fucking damn. That's one of those like peak perfect One Piece moments right there. Especially in the manga, because like just having that page flip like adds to it so much.
And saying that though, the anime did a fantastic job of it as well.
They did. Okay, good.
I think the voice actor was great as well, because when the voice actor said Raizo Dono is safe, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It was great. So no, you're onto something here. It was beautiful.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, they're cool. They're neat. I like I like their designs. I mean, they're animals that can fight and talk.
And have Gatling guns and swords.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Inu can fight in the 3-sword style now.
Oh yeah.
Oh snap!
Some Santoryu going on here.
Oh shit!
By the way, I have a way to get past the whole Neku Dindu Sulon thing during Zoe. It was a very cloudy week in Zoe. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
The weather reports done by the Minks are always flawless. They're always looking for the moon. Oh my god. Let's see who's next on here. Oh my god, I can finally see my taskbar again on the bottom of my screen. Let's see. Oh my god, this is actually perfect timing. All right, yeah. So next up, the guy they were protecting the whole time.
Raizo. Oh,
Mr. Prems, how dare you? Look at that highly detailed. By the way, that was the only highly detailed picture of Raizo I could find on Google. Thanks again. But look at that face and tell me you don't love him. You don't want to hug him.
Nope.
He's oh, okay.
Damn. Wow.
Nope. So I think for me it's going to be very short and simple. Raizo was safe. He's not what I expected. When someone says ninja, I think Naruto. His design, I think, purposely was trash. But I think that's just Oda playing around. But what I'd say is I didn't care about him until the most recent fight with Kaido, where I kind of saw him kind of use that scroll technique and use and kind of send all of Kaido's sort of like power back to him. Apart from that, I think that was amazing. But prior to that, I just really didn't care because yes, he was safe, but when we found out what his power was and what he was like, I was like, I don't know how much use this guy is going to be. And of course, he was great in kind of like the covert exercises, which a ninja should be, where he got Luffy out of Udon prison. He's like, yeah, I can free you. But I mean, how great has he been? I haven't seen much character development at all. I think so. Yeah, it's just that one Kaido moment for me.
His character development takes place in the shadows like a ninja. You just never see it. It's like there's this highly detailed backstory done by Kinemon, except it's like Raizo did this. It's like a flashback, but it's all black panels. You have to have ninja eyes in order to read the panels. I'm very indifferent to this character. Like, I don't like the look either. I know what Oda was trying to go for, like trying to match like the crazy wall scroll paintings of like ancient depictions of ninjas and all that shit centuries ago. I know what he's trying to go for, but Raizo doesn't do it for me. And I just agree with Prems, for the few moments we had, Nope. All we had was the raw scroll Uno card maneuver, reverse Uno card, and that was it. So I got it.
Damn.
I don't really pay attention to Rise that much for reasons, as Prince laid out perfectly.
Well, for me, I wouldn't say he's trash, but yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you, Trevor. Like, he's
Raizo is trash.
I'm very indifferent with him. Again, like you guys, I see what Oda was going for. Yeah, he's there.
I am your conscience. Raizo is trash.
Oh,
I am your conscience, Sanji's Admiral level.
Yep.
Do we need
Yep.
to go to that?
Oh, someone that agrees. I win.
Facts.
Yes.
I hear no lies.
Good. Zoro's better. What? Who said that? Damn ghosts here in Gettysburg. Fucking tisms.
Oh my god.
It's one of those Zoro kill Kaido idiots.
I will laugh my ass off. I will purposely, like, if someone told me this is the chapter that Kaido dies, I will gladly risk my channel again to do a full reaction to that. Just be like, oh, okay, Kaido dies chapter. Let's see what it's about. And it's just like Zoro does like this weak stabs, like it's over. I will laugh my ass off.
You know what, right? I want to see Zoro use Enma and be unable to cut Kaido. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god, that would be funny as hell.
And then come the end, right, where Kaido's defeated, one of the Scabbards or someone teaches him how he would be able to cut Kaido. That's what I want to see. Like Zoro unable to cut Kaido, and then we see the growth where he's taught how to cut Kaido. But yeah, I want to see that he doesn't damage Kaido. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny as hell. Now I want that to happen.
So Oda, if you're listening to this, you know what you got to do.
He said he watches a small YouTube channel. It could be us. Woo!
It's definitely a Japanese YouTuber.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to point that what you described, it's just an entire chapter of Zoro. It's just an entire chapter of Zoro build up, and it just ends with a slash, but it looks like this.
Cut him.
This is the result. This fucking counts you. If that's the same effect, I will die laughing. Oh my
shit.
god. That'd be the greatest scene ever.
Yes.
What if Chaozu killed Nepo? Alright, I'm out of that cancer. No.
Nope.
Oh my god. We're actually doing really good time here. We're let's see, we only have 2 more to go.
Yeah.
And because I love you all, I'm gonna save the least favorite for last.
What? Who's the
least?
What?
The least favorite scabbard for last. It's gonna be great.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I mean, we've already
you guys know who it is now.
I feel like it's Kawamatsu. I like Kawamatsu. He's cool.
I was gonna say, I thought we already had the worst Scabbard. It was Raizo, right?
No. I mean, in terms of like a vote out of 3, 2 of the people on this video absolutely despise who's coming next. But you, my good man, have the rare vote of Raizo.
Okay, so let me start off before we get on to the last Scabbard, Kawamatsu. What I'd say is I'm not totally impressed. I mean, I appreciate his story and what he did post Odin sort of dying, looking after them, then getting captured, being thrown in jail. But when he was introduced, we kind of knew there was a Scabbard in the prison. We didn't know who it was, and I think it's the scene. I don't know if it's just in the anime where he spits out the fishbone, and everyone's like, "Oh, you shouldn't put anything near him," and it's kind of like this is not the design that anyone expected. But you're thinking, oh, this guy could be seriously strong. But post that, I haven't really seen anything from him where I'm like, oh yeah, he's crazy strong. He just feels like another character which was added, and once again, not much happened after that. It's just I couldn't name you one of his moves, even though it was in the last chapter, or not the last chapter, but one of the more recent chapters. But yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't hate him, but there's nothing to him. He's just meh. I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, with me, it's like my favorite bit about him was the oh god damn it, I forget the name. It was the fox that Kawamatsu interacted with on the bridge. Like that was my favorite bit of character from Kawamatsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I wish I remember the name of the fox. But yeah, like I'm indifferent to Kawamatsu. I like his design. I like how for the longest time he was just these two eyes from like a Warner Brothers cartoon, the jail cell. I did like the hype with that. And well, fortunately, his character leaves much to be desired, but like the build-up's there. I'm just waiting for that payoff, unless he was off screen like the rest of his brothers and Hawkins, quick, save it.
So I really like Kawamatsu's design. I like the fact that apparently he's a Yokozuna. So there's some sumo background with him. So that's kind of cool. What else? His background, I think the fox's name was Onimaru. I don't know. I don't
Yes,
remember.
that sounds right. Onimaru. That sounds right. I think so.
Okay.
That was kind of cool where it was like actually getting weapons together for him to come back to and all that. So that was cool. His background with Hiyori is awesome because he spent a few years taking care of her before he lost her, and then he got arrested and thrown in jail and all that. So yeah, I mean Kawamatsu's cool. He's cool. It's interesting that I guess him and his mom washed up at Wano and then she just died, but apparently they're fishermen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool, Odin having, humans and minks and fishmen, it's kind of cool to have different races on your part of your little group. So yeah, Kawamatsu's fine. He's cool. He's neat.
Yeah, by the way, it was Onimaru. Aha!
Yeah.
Google.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no detailed images of Onimaru. God fucking damn it! But yeah, I like again, I'm indifferent, but I can see why people wouldn't exactly like him. There's still much to be desired, and he might be dead. Fucking damn it! But yeah. I got nothing else. Anything else for him? Or are we good?
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well then, do we have to? Do we fucking have to? Do we fucking have to talk the last one?
Of course we do.
But I kind of don't want to, and just leave it off like, yeah, he sucks, and then that's it forever.
Do it.
God damn it! All right, hold on.
Do it now.
Yeah.
No, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's not the Jedi way.
Do it.
He must live.
Do it.
All right.
Do it.
All right, fine. We've been leading everyone up here. Everyone with common sense will know who the worst scabbard is. Ta-da!
I hate you.
No, that's what we're not doing.
You.
That's not.
Yeah, no.
No.
How dare you?
I was calling you both for like 10 seconds.
How dare you?
No.
An image.
How dare you?
Blasphemy. No.
Have you seen my content? I am very blasphemous.
That is true.
By the way, I hope you guys appreciate this this take on Conjuro. I think this is the best way to look at it.
I hate you, but good image.
That doesn't look like Izo.
All right, I can kick him out of here for good. Conjuro. Oh yes. I don't know if I ever. Oh no, I did not give credit. To the person that did the Kiku art, your name is on there. Thank you very much. But also K Dream Z is the beautiful artist that made this. Well, I don't want to say beautiful art of Conjuro because that would call Conjuro beautiful, but you know what I mean. Beautiful art inside. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I get the credits in there, especially in the description. Check out their DeviantArts and all that stuff. But yeah, Conjuro, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I absolutely despise him. What a piece of shit. And I'm not talking about the whole fucking like oh, but he was the traitor. It's like, okay, yeah, people called that, and I was like, ooh, okay, where is this gonna go? We've dealt with this man that seemed too nice for his own good for the longest time of the story. And I kind of liked his gimmick of like his drawings start off absolutely shitty, but then when he reveals his true nature, his works of art are like masterpieces. And I'm like, oh, okay, so the standard nice guy persona's gone, and we have the true Conjuro. What will happen to you now, sir? That's it. He's just fucking wasted in an instant. He walks out of the door with this fucking army, not an army. Well, like he has like these death horses on with death samurai, and they're all painted by Conjuro. It's like, I thought I would find you here. And it's like, now we shall have the most epic of battle. And then Kiku just comes in, swinging no hesitation, clashes with Conjuro. Kaido's making his speech. We have to transition away from that. We should. Kaido deserves attention. But then we come back, and then Conjuro is just fucking on the ground, lying dead. I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. We barely got a taste of him, like what his true character was. All we know is that he likes to beat Momonosuke. Great trait, but again, I need to see more. And then Kinemon looks like, well, he is dead. Puts a hat on him like with Katakuri and just walks away. And Conjuro is like one of the most disappointing pieces of fiction I've seen quite a long time. What an absolutely obliterated character. Holy fucking shit. God, fuck Conjuro. God damn it. God damn you, Oda, for fucking that up. Ah!
But here's the thing, Trevor.
No.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Conjuro's not dead.
He better not be.
Conjuro's not dead.
He's not dead.
I'm still on the boat that him and Orochi are not dead. That they're gonna try to like scurry away, especially when Onigashima, plops right into the flower capital. They're gonna try to scurry away, but I'm telling you, it's gonna end up like we're gonna get that Avengers shot of everyone just staring down at Orochi as he's trying to scuttle away. Just like when Loki looked up and all the Avengers had their weapons pointed at them. That's gonna happen.
I could see that potentially happening.
Yep.
Potentially.
Potentially. Yeah, no, I don't think they're dead. So that's why I'm holding off on being like, oh, his comeuppance, blah blah blah. However, if this was his comeuppance, I mean,
fuck him.
Yeah. Like if this does end up being what happens,
yeah. At least the others had like a gimmick at the very least. Mm-hmm. I know Raizo, his gimmick is his trash look, but it's still something. Again, all we knew about Conjuro's true appearance is that he's a dick and likes to hit Momonosuke. Again, good.
I think we've got to show Conjuro a bit more respect. So personally, I actually really like his character. And the reason I say that is because you find out that he's been playing a character. He's an actor. And he's played the character so well because if you think about it, he's been with Kinemon and Momonosuke for so long. And they're traveling, they've gone to Zou, they've gone to Dressrosa. He was there fighting the birdcage. I think he's been, if you think about the twist, it's actually quite hilarious drawing with the incorrect hand. Not only was he drawing badly, he was using the incorrect hand to draw badly so that his drawings would be even worse. I think he's been he was hilarious. And with the twist happening, even though quite a few people kind of saw it coming, it was still quite a funny twist on what I thought so anyways, because it was just kind of like, I mean, not only was he a traitor, he was drawing badly because, I mean, ultimately I believe that his aim was to get them back to Wano, so that they could be defeated or to have them die. But he's got them to Wano in the worst way possible, without actually helping them with kind of like these terrible drawings. And I mean, I like him. I'm not going to lie, and I don't think he's dead. I think he's pretty much alive. And then you realize that he doesn't actually give a shit about Momo, and he's like beating him down, like. And I think it's hilarious. I mean, it, and to me, I think one of the problem I had with quite a few of the Scabbards is the lack of character development that we had. And I think with Kanjuro, we've seen some development, but we have seen more of him, so it's to be expected. But yeah, I mean, we can't trash him.
Yeah, that's why, like, I'm not gonna overly hate him until I know this is the end of him, you know. But, and I mean, you're right with the with like with his reveal and how that came out and all that stuff. But yeah,
it's just
Definitely.
like it was so disappointed for me. That's all I got to say.
No, yeah,
but think about it, right? Yeah. We spoke about resolve, right? I mean, he's had some resolve as well to play that part for so long.
To draw shitty birds.
just be like, man, this could be a piece of work, like a great piece of art. Oh, instead, here's Ryunosuke climbing the
waterfall.
Yeah.
Again, it just depends. I'm still on the hill that he was dead, and it's gonna make me very angry because I did like where he was going, but then it's just kind of like dropped off. It's like if you try to go through like 4 years of college and you're just about like you're at the graduation stage, but then you're like you go through a trap door and you're suddenly back in elementary school. It's like, wait, what? How is this possible? Explain.
And I guess for me, in terms of his devil fruit, right? I think when I first saw it, I was kind of like, this is such a shit devil fruit if you can't draw. And lo and behold, he actually can draw.
Yeah.
So
fucking metal army of the so good. It was so good. Maybe it will be still good. It depends on what happened. Chapter 1000, Conjuro's Revival, King of the Monsters.
Oh God.
By the way, before we end this, I want to point out that I looked up on Google Conjuro hits Momonosuke to see if I could find that beautiful panel. But I found this instead. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Is Law with Hawkins or not?
Well,
joke's on you, Hawkins is with Blackbeard.
Yeah.
To be honest, I actually want to know where Hawkins is.
Mm-hmm. He's hiding away. He's watching everything and reporting back to Blackbeard.
What if he just unzips himself and it's Kobe the whole time and everyone's like, what?
He just unzips himself and he's actually Dio.
Yes! Dude, Dio in One Piece will be absolutely broken. I'm all for that.
Yes.
Oh my god. But we did it! All 9 Scabbards. We had a nice little talk about it. I think we did a good job going through them, because honestly, I haven't really seen many videos actually going through each individual Scabbard, so this was a lot of fun to do. Do you guys feel like mission accomplished on this one?
Oh, most definitely. I think it was quite fun, and I didn't actually prepare, so a lot of this was from the top, and I always find it fun just discussing characters and just saying how you feel about them, because clearly some other people have different opinions.
Trevor.
Yeah, fucking piece of
Trevor.
Shit. You two and your tisms.
Yeah, exactly. Democracy at its finest.
I demand a recount. It's
No.
rigged, fake
No.
news.
No.
Fake news.
No.
I'm gonna send out my lawyer a zit.
I won.
You're gonna be my new loofah.
Ew.
This is the best island ever. Everybody wants to be on this island.
Dude, I just thought of something. What if Conjuro does, like, he's alive and the battle ends, and he's like, oh shit, well, I can't stay around here. He goes out on a boat, goes over the waterfall, he just lands on the Big Mom ship, and everyone just eradicates him on the spot.
Not gonna lie, I would actually love that.
Just like he lands in front of Smoothie and Oven, and just like, oh,
Hello.
oh no. But it's okay though. Smoothie's useless, and Oven can't apparently kill anyone anymore. God damn it! But that'd be great. But yeah, that was the episode. So yeah, links to Mr. Prems and Walking's channels in the description. I'm also going to put out those to the people that did those fan arts of the Scabbards that we did look at in the description as well. Be sure to check everyone out and subscribe to them. Don't subscribe to me unless you actually like me for some odd, forsaken reason. I don't know why you would, but you will subscribe to Walkins and Prems because they're actually decent human beings and I love them. So take that.
Shout out to you, man.
Yep.
Oh, no, you're too kind. No, stop it. I'm Chopper. I'm doing the Hawaiian dance right now. Stop with your praise.
Stop it, you bastard.
Yeah, in terms of final words, because I get to be the one that ends the recording. I just want to say that Kiku is Yonko level. Someone is yelling, nope, it's not going to work. I will, in fact, here. Mute. Excellent. Only I can talk now. All right. So
No.
Unmute.
God damn it.
Unmute. We have the power now.
Fine. Kiku is the best Scabbard along with Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.